welcome to Monday night's episode of the Blitz Pickup. You know who I am. We have a couple things to go over because who are we pointing the finger at? Who are we blaming for this 0-3 start that is absolutely diabolically tragic? And where do we go from here? What's new? What's next for us? And how do we somewhat try to recover or salvage the rest of the season? Tony, come on up.
Hey, you know what? We missed one for the it should be all of the above too. That should have been a option. But can y'all see that?
Here you go.
Oh, wrong show. All right, my bad. Lou not here right now. He'll be a little late, so y'all make sure y'all let him know. Yeah. It's well, what's good, Jeff?
Lou's late, but you know who's on time?
Who?
Rashad.
Oh, hey, wait. I see my dog in there just in case. Hey, Vonjo, shout out to you just in case you forgot. This show is brought to you by you. We bike, baby. Oh man, listen, man. Feel good to be back. Yo, we went from 3 shows in a row to it felt like we had 3 days off.
Yeah, it definitely felt long.
Yeah, it felt longer than normal because we so used to going every other day. To that one was a little crazy. But listen, shout out to everybody in the building. Yo, 22 of y'all in the building already. So y'all was waiting. Y'all was absolutely waiting. Make sure y'all I see y'all in the chat. Shout out. We're gonna let them know, man. The U is in the building. He said pause that. I don't know what it was the pause on, but pause it if necessary. Just know the U is back. Oh, felt longer than that. Yo, y'all ain't giving. God, dog, I got to be careful whatever I say. Listen, yeah, man. Let them know the U is back. We outside. You know what? Let me stop because when Lou come in, he gonna be talking trash. But Jess, man, how was everything? How was the weekend? Talk to me.
Relaxing, because you know why? I didn't have to watch this team go down bad. I got to watch any other games, and I got to sit down and watch Red Zone in its entirety without even worrying about the Dolphins or having any sort of upsetness. I got to chill back and watch the games that I wanted to watch.
You know what? That's one thing. After dealing with what we dealt with on that Thursday night, it sure enough felt good not being let down this weekend. It felt so good to not have to worry about being let down over the weekend. It was actually a bit relaxing. You just imagine. And you know what? For me, I came from the Thursday night.
Yeah.
We already know I was miserable. But I had Saturday. You feel me? I was able to tailgate, chill, vibe outside with the people. And I had a good weekend. I didn't have to go and, first of all, I hate this team for the rest of the weekend. Let's get that out of the way. I ain't had to be pissed. See, I could laugh. I could joke about it this Monday because it won yesterday. So I ain't had to come in here and be mad and yell at people. So it was a little, a bit refreshing to thank God for the U. You know what I'm saying? Because, if you someone like Von Jones, Dolphins, and Florida Gators, man, that's a tough one. Shake Money, Dolphins, and Florida Gators, whew, it's a little tough one, you know what I'm saying? So, listen, I appreciate the U, but what you got for me today? Well, hopefully Lou pull up. When Lou pull up, y'all better not let him off the hook. He's late. We're late, and he's later than us, so I don't even know. Make sure y'all vote on the poll. We got the poll in. We're stopping in probably like 15, 20 minutes. But yeah, Jess, what you got?
So I believe I heard that this defense is ranked last, right, in scoring. We know that. Mm-hmm. The offense is looking shaky. We're kind of pointing the finger at whomever. You know what it kind of reminds me of? That like Spider-Man meme. We're all just like pointing at who's at fault. You know what we need? I have an idea. Somebody needs to like AI like the Spider-Man meme and put like Chris Greer, Tua, and Mike McDaniel's head all at once. And just leave it at that. Like somebody do that for me, please. Shout out to my bestie because I see him in the chat.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit.
I just had to shout him out because somebody highlighted the comment. My one and only.
No, he said one and only. That's what he said. I'm just saying. I was here last show. Game Boy 305. We all know who she had more than one bestie. I'm just saying.
So anyway, okay, can you wait? Thank you. Sorry, kids making appearances.
Come on, don't be hating, my boy.
So who is to blame for this 0-3 start? The front seven is not looking like the front seven that we hoped or expected. The offense is not the 2022-2023 season offense. We definitely know that. So who is that finger getting pointed to mostly?
Greg, absolutely not. We'll never be Jets fans for any week. I don't give a damn what happened. We could be team ever. We are not going to be Jets fans.
Absolutely not. No,
I hate the Jets, but listen, I hope we only win 2 games, and both of them, I hope they're against the Jets. So no, don't ever say that again, man. Listen, you crazy. What almost he said, that's a great point. Okay, since we're talking about accountability, why wasn't Lewis held accountable for losing back-to-back Stanley Cup picks? Remember they going home. Yo, Lou having a bad. Yeah, you know what? Hockey. You know what? I wonder who his baseball team is. But to answer your question, Jess, the true answer is Game Boy 305. Hold on, wait. I'm sorry. Adorable kids pull up and Alex still a no show. Hey, he gonna stay on Alex. But listen, to answer your question, the real answer is all of the above. Every last one of them. Offense, defense, special team. Nope, not special. Take part of the special team. Front office, owners. If you want to blame the owners, yes, it is. But what I will say this is, let's start. How I want to do this. Let's separate them. Yeah, you want to start front office? Let's start with the front office. No, Ashley, you know what I'm gonna start with? I'm gonna start with Tua, so we could get him out the way, so I could get Game Boy 305 hate out the way. I don't know if Mike Best is here. I'm gonna get their hate out the way because they say we always harp on Tua, so I don't want to make majority of the show Tua. So players, let's just go with players first. Let's start with the offensive side of the ball. First game, terrible, right? Actually, let me pull it up so I can look at it real quick. That's a pause. Let's look at the scores, right? Let me pull up the scores so I can look at the scores and give y'all a very accurate assessment of how it was. Here we go. So, week 1 against the Colts, we lose 33-8. So, 8 points. We score 8 points on offense. You know how it started. First 8 plays, we had 2 turnovers. It was just a team effort that it was just trash all over the place, right? Week 2, 33-27. We only scored 20. We didn't score 27. We scored 20 because we had a punt return for a touchdown, right? And then week 3, we scored 21. We lost 31-21. So I would say on the offensive side of the ball, let's start with what went wrong. The first game, everything went wrong. We couldn't run the ball. We couldn't throw the ball. Hell, we barely could get the plays in on time, right? So that was a complete atrocity, the first game. And Tua had 2 interceptions. He had a fumble. Right now, I believe he's leading the league in turnovers because I think he has 5 total. I'm not 100% sure. I know he's leading the league, at least top in the league with if Tua struggles versus the Jets, will they bench him? Hope not. I hope not. Listen, if he's struggling, let him struggle. He's paid like a top guy in this league, so he have to take his bumps and bruises. No, we're not. I wouldn't give him that. I think that's a pass. I wouldn't give him a pass, right? So again,
I don't think as long as Mike McDaniel's here, we will never see Tua benched.
Yeah, that's a fact too. As long as Mike McDaniel's here, it's the chance of him being benched is slim to none, right? I mean, it would be impressive to me from Mike McDaniel, but that's another. Let's wait till we get to the coaching staff. So listen, offensive, they haven't been impressive. With Tua, he's underthrowing guys. throwing timely interceptions 2 games back to back. Like at the worst particular moments, he's throwing these interceptions that is basically hindering us from potentially winning the game or tying the game to have an opportunity to win in overtime. So that's inexcusable. Inexcusable. He's the highest paid player on the team, self-admittedly. He said that. So heavy is the head that wears the crown. On the offensive side, you are the main dude. Because we're gonna keep it 100. If we're winning these games, right? Even if after his bad start in week 1, if we win those games week 2, and it's because Tua drove us on game-winning touchdown drives. Let's say he tied the game with on a touchdown drive, and then we ended the game on a game-winning field goal in overtime, right? And then the same thing last week. He tied the game, and then we ended on a game-winning field goal. We're not talking about Tua turnovers. All we're talking about is how he came back and won those games, despite having a slow start. That's 100. We got to be 100% honest. That's all we're going to talk about. At least over here, we can keep it 100 over here. We're objective. So when you have that, and you think about it from that standpoint, then you have to also factor in the fact that, listen, we had opportunities at the end of games for our offense to get us a tie in the last 2 games in crunch time, and they failed. So you put that. Majority of it, you put it on Tua. These are facts. Majority of that, you put on Tua because you're the quarterback, you're the leader. So I would say for that part, we could give Tua the blame for majority of the offensive woes. Offensive line, I'm not going to lie. They have been atrocious at sometimes. We seen clean pockets at times, but we got to call a spade a spade. Jonah has been getting lit up all season. The man is graded out to be the worst of O-lineman in the league. Worst out of all O-linemen. At the end of the day, we have to say something about that. We cannot overlook the fact that the offensive line has been not as good as we thought they were, and then Jonah, us more specifically, hasn't lived up to what we thought he was. Because a lot of people, right, was excited about him. He came out saying the right things. He's talking about that is 100. Tony about to get beat in fantasy. I'm gonna tell you my best, like I tell you, why y'all keep running y'all mouth before it's over with. Now keep that same energy after the nice game, my brother. But let's go. Yes, everyone thought he came out saying the right thing. Jonah, I'm talking about again, came out saying all the right things. What he said, what I liked when he said, I want to put my hands on people. That's why he wanted to move. Remember, he was outside, we moved him inside, and he had the little interview. He said, man, I'm just excited to put my hands on people. And my brother, you come out and you grade out as the worst offensive lineman in the league. That is inexcusable. The right side. Austin Jackson, listen, I'm pop my own collar. I've been telling people this for the past year and a half now. I want to say 2 years, but I think year and a half. I said we have to start paying more attention to Austin Jackson. Why are we giving Austin Jackson a pass? We killed Tua for his not being available, for his availability or lack thereof. We killed him. But why are we forgetting and excusing Austin Jackson? Why are we not mentioning that? He missed every season too. He got injured. I don't think he had one full healthy season. Not one. Tua gave us one. I don't think he has one healthy full season. That is kind of crazy. I was telling you guys, he's just as injured as Tua, if not more. But we don't give this man no slack. I mean, like, all we do is just overlook it. He got paid as well. Now, he didn't get paid the most, but they gave him a contract as well. Can we start talking about this? Can we start holding everyone accountable? You can't give him that. And think about it. His position is to his blind side. So that makes him the most important lineman outside of the center. But that put his importance like a left tackle in every other offense outside of the Falcons. Because that's his blind side. And we cannot count on him. He's never available. But it's all fair and dandy when we talk about Tua, to the Tua haters. and the two nears will always point out the fact about other quarterbacks. How about we stay in the building and acknowledge the fact that we got offensive linemen that can't stay healthy either. We had Teron Armstead for the past 2 seasons prior to this season, and Austin Jackson every year since he's been here. But we're not talking about that. On that interception, even though it was a terrible decision by Tua, Brunskill got destroyed. He might have not have even been lined up. He was non-existent there. He got destroyed. So you have a quarterback that we know his limitations. We already know these. So as a lineman, you have to understand this. I got to pick up my guy because he's immobile. We understand he's limited. So you have to pick him up. Now, kudos to Mike McDaniel for benching Keon Smith because he was looking trash. Brunskill did not do as bad. But my brother, if I could talk about Tua or anyone else that we need you in the crunch time where we need you the most, don't fail. You can't have your worst block of the game in the crunch time. On 4th down. Triple S, I see you're more worried about the line than they are, Tony. So I'm here to keep it objective. I'm here to let y'all know that we have people that we have been giving passes to. What's good, everyone? Are going to hold Lewis accountable? I believe he's out of PTO. I think you mean, are we going to hold Lewis accountable? Listen, Lewis already spoke. We know what time it is with Lewis. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, you know how things come back around for you? What do I say about this team? I say, I don't expect everyone to be perfect. I just need you here in cross time. That's all I'm saying. So I don't want everyone with perfect attendance, but at least you got to be here when we need you the most, right? So the same thing go for the offensive line. Yet you can't have the rush showing 4th down. You can't, right? Because it's easy just to blame Tua and blindly say, okay, Tua, you're supposed to win to the flat. Cool. But it would have been nice if you had some nice blocking up front as well. So these are the type of things that I think we have to I can speak of these. I believe Jess can and Lewis can because we objective over here. So we criticize Tua, but we're fair with him, right? We criticize. Let's go to another one. Tyreek Hill. Tyreek. Yes, I get it. Tua underthrows some passes. Yes, he does. But on that deep throw, even though it's underthrown, it hit you right in your hand, man. It hit you right in your hand. You cannot, for sure, be the highest paid receiver on this team. Matter of fact, you was voted number 1 2 years ago. Best player in the league, and you cannot do that. We can't have those type of drops. That is a potential game-changing play. You're in the red zone, and you get more points, potentially. These are all the things that we have to start speaking out on. I told y'all this the past 3 years now. Let's not exclude Tyreek because he have big drops, for the most part, touchdowns in every big game too. I mean, that is your credit. So what? T.O. So, okay, and? Well, we can't tell the truth about your quarterback? Tony, I wore my Blitz pickup shirt on the strip Saturday and met a dude who watches the show. Y'all got fans around. Hey, appreciate you, my brother. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Tell him whoever he was, I say I appreciate him watching and being a fan. Hoping he liked and subscribed. And tell him, you know what I'm saying? Drop a comment in us so we know who he is. But, yeah, see, at the end of the day, everyone has blame. And I'm just on offense right now. Everyone has blame to go around. So we cannot continue to give these people passes. We have to hold everyone accountable because I'm now thinking about it, and I'm like, I used to give my take, and I'd be like, hold on, let's not forget that this is the same team that in 2023, with 2 games left, had the opportunity to have the number 1 overall seed. All they had to do was beat Buffalo and Baltimore, and then Buffalo the following week, and we would have had the number 1 overall seed. This is that same team. But now, after everything have unfolded, we got to start understanding that it is the same team that's folded every time that opportunity was put in front of them. Every time they was faced with an opportunity to do something great and get us out of this playoff drought of non-wins, they folded. And mind you, I'm saying they, because it's not just one person. Everyone had a hand in it. Everyone. Right? They folded. So I can no longer give that caveat about, okay, this team has talent. Talent is nothing without execution. If they're not executing, so what? You got all the talent in the world. Are you using it when we need it the most? Is that talent showing up in the games? Because that's when it matters. Your talent matters in game time. When it's time to execute. When it's time to come up with a big play. That's when I'm looking for the talent. Yeah, we have a bunch of talent. Achan, we have Tariq, we have Waddle. Shout out to Waddle. You know what? I'm going to put listen, my critique with Waddle, they also don't have heart. That is true, Nene. My one critique with I ain't gonna say heart. Bro, you always nicked up, bro. Like you get tackled and you limping and you like, what are we doing? Now you fight through it, but bro, it's starting to be annoying. That's why I'm like he kind of soft body. Because every time, I mean, they was crucifying me when I called him soft body. I'm like, I'm not calling him soft. I'm saying he's soft body. That's how we say down here in Miami. When people always get hurt or every time they get tackled, it seems like they get nicked up. We need you at least. Come on, bro. I know you tough it out, but that's my only critique. It seems like he always get injured or some kind of nick, right? But watching film, you know what? One constant that I see every time we watch film, Waddle was always the odd man out. Was like he's just wide open. There hasn't been a field breakdown that we didn't say, man, Waddle was wide open. Not one. Lined up and get linebackers. Out in the flat, blown coverage. Beating the best cornerback on Indianapolis Colts one-on-one, but you just didn't look his way. Waddle have been putting on. I'm going to give him his credit. I don't know if y'all can see my status, but my status says Waddle deserves better. Like, I really believe that. Because, unfortunately, the man been running some heck of a routes and hasn't been awarded for it. I don't care about the design, bro. Nobody cares about that. This ain't no X's and O's because football is not all X's and O's. Yo, God, dog. Can you let me live?
I'm just saying. It was a that just came out. I need Lou to get up here ASAP. Lou, if you're listening, he said we.
I was saying we. Like y'all were blaming me for them saying that I was the one.
The players only meeting us to work at the Blitz out.
At least we starting to get it right over here. You feel me? You know, we hold each other accountable over here. At least we could do that, right? But yes, I believe my boy Waddle deserves better, man. He does. So that's the offensive side. Now, we can speak on offense. Let's go to defense, right? On the defensive side, by far, the biggest disappointment of this entire team has been his front seven. Hands down. The biggest disappointment on this team has been that front seven. Bro, outside of a couple meaningless sacks, I think Chubb got 3, won a game, red flag. Chubb got 3, won a game. Chop, I think, have 1, and I think that's the only people that have sacks on this team. No, I think didn't Jordan Bush get 1? I think Jordan Bush got 1 too. But every game, defense. Anthony, wait till I get the coaching. Or what happened to people are not going to run on this team? We invested 3 picks. Let me make sure I'm not misquoting. Yes, miscount. 3 picks on D tackles. This job just dropped alone. 3. First one, Kenneth Grant. 5th rounder, Jordan Phillips, and the 7th rounder and Vickers. Zeke Biggers. I'm sorry, I said Vickers. Zeke Biggers. And teams have been just running the ball up and down the field on us. They've been running the ball up and down the field. This is kind of wild. I'm gonna tell you right now, this kind of wild. Like that is one thing we felt like we could go into the season with is we could have hold our hats on, that front seven. We was getting Chubb back, Jaden Phillips was back, Zach Sealer had just got paid. It was his time to show that he deserved that money. Kenneth Grant, we drafted him with the 13 overall pick. Jordan Phillips was showing promise in training camp. Zeke Biggers was showing promise in the training camp, especially towards the tail end. And Jordan Brooks was holding people accountable. Him and Tyrell Dawson got into it. He was putting hands on them, saying, why we playing 200 touch when they're attacking our offense? They had us fooled. Willie Gay Jr., for the love of God, why is Willie Gay Jr. not getting more reps? He need more playing time. Willie Gay Jr. was making plays every training camp. Every practice, Willie Gay Jr. out there making plays. We felt like we had the front seven. We was cooking with grease. The season starts, and my brothers, they are trash. They're looking terrible. Every running back in this win against us looked like they were either Pro Bowlers or All Pros. Now, granted, they did play Jonathan Taylor, so he looked like a beast. He looked like the best running back this year. Let's not leave that out. He looks like the best running back this year. But goodness, man. Then you follow up and Ramondre Stevenson looking good, Gibson looking good, and they running up the middle, up the gut. Well, that's heart to heart, man to man. Mano y mano. They've been killing us up the gut. Pause. The Dolphins. And that's like, what? We invested in D tackle the most this whole offseason. Why are we getting killed up the gut from a defensive standpoint? I hate that. So defense, y'all got to tighten up. Y'all have been, front seven, period, has been the worst unit. Secondary, listen, we all came into the season understanding that was going to be where we had to compromise. That was going to be the weak link of the team. And they haven't even played as bad as the front seven. Let's keep it a buck. Even with the injuries. It's nasty. I need to go. How many 100-yard receivers did we allow? Do you know off the top of your head? Jess? How many 100-yard? Have we allowed a 100-yard receiver this year? Week 1 we didn't. Let me go through the games. Let me do this live right here. Week 1, no one. Let's go to week 2. Week 2, no one. And last week, I don't think no one went over 100 yards. Let's see. Last week, no. Oh, wait, wrong team. Let's go to Buffalo. Uh-oh, y'all hear that thunder? Oh, nope, no one. Let me do this live as well.
You have a lot of pause-worthy moments.
Yeah, listen, man. Hey, man. Well, so no, zero 100-yard receivers. So they're not even doing as bad as the front seven is. The secondary was supposed to be the weakest link. Now these quarterbacks have been looking, like all pros, but we expected that. We expected that because, and then don't add on top of that, we lost Storm Duck, we lost Jason Marshall Jr. We lost both of them, right? Matafonwu, we lost Matafonwu. So not only did we start off slim in the secondary, we got injured during the regular season. So I could kill the secondary. But they're not the rush unit on the defense. The front seven is. Front seven is horrible. So we got to tighten that up. We have to. We cannot continue. Like, defense, come on. That is trash. Let's be realistic. That is 100% trash. Now, That's offense, defense. Kick coverage routine. Kick coverage. They gave up that one kick return at a bad. It wasn't an 8 time to do that. Well, you know what, Sean? That's a good point. That's what. To be fair, no one really has needed to pass on us like that, right? Because the front seven was so terrible. I mean, we didn't got to worry about secondary getting that exposed because they're exposing our front seven. Hold on, True Fin Fan said one thing to note, Tony, is we got a second-year player at left tackle and a guard that played 4 games in the NFL. I'm gonna give them some time, but Jackson, he got to go. True Fin Fan, I understand that. I understand that when you come to Jonah, second year, Patrick Paul has been phenomenal. He had, he gonna give a place here now. That comes with the territory. No one is gonna be perfect. But see, you want to know what Jonah is pissing me off? Because he was with that whole group and all them. They want to guarantee money. Guarantee me the results. It go hand in hand. Guarantee me some results. Y'all want to guarantee the money? Everyone would say, oh, we need him. We can't go in the season with him. Guarantee me some results. You cannot take a stand, right? And then go out there and execute like that. I'm sorry. We invested. We traded up to go get you. Nah, I can't give him a pass, True Fin Fan. I can't. Now, yes, growing pain. Yes, I understand he have to go through growing pain. But the worst O-lineman in the league? No, that's unacceptable. It is. That is completely unacceptable. Jess, let me ask you, because, maybe I'm being over. Jonah, are we giving up? Like, because am I tripping? Am I tripping? Should we give him a little bit more time, or how you feel about that?
More time for what?
He's doing bad. He's doing bad. He said he's going to give him time. True Fin Fan said I'm gonna give them some time. He looked terrible.
Yeah, no. We're about to be 4 weeks in. How much more time do you need?
If he had up and down, like some good games, some bad, right, then I'll, you know what I'm saying? I'll be like, I see that. But bro, you the worst old lineman in the league. Ain't nothing I can. What? There's nothing. What can we do with that? Nothing. It's nothing. You can't do nothing with that. You can't give him credit. You can't say, well, I seen some good things here. No, bro, you've been horrendous. Sorry, True Fin Fan. I ain't listen, man. Nah, you don't get no pass. Now, special teams, outside of, I'm gonna be 100 with that. Outside of that, giving up that return right after the return game, return a punt, you give up the ensuing kickoff for a touchdown. That's crazy. But let's keep it a beam. For the most part, special teams have been good. Special teams been good. Return game especially. I think our return game has been the most impressive of any unit on this team. You agree, Jess?
Yeah, I agree with you there.
I don't think that any other unit as a whole, the only unit that could even say, you know what, hold on, we've been doing our thing, it's the running back room. Right? But then Mike McDaniel, let me wait till I get the coaching. Oh, it's the running back room. So, cool. I don't have too much to say about the special teams. Cool, they've been there. So that's my take on players. That's the players. I think those are the things we could talk about with the players. Let's move on to coaching. Jess, I got a question for you. See, you be asking me questions. I want to ask you a question.
All right, go ahead.
Who's been worse this year? In your opinion. Obviously, everything is opinionated. Mike McDaniel or Anthony Weaver?
Oh, Anthony Weaver.
Anthony Weaver? Defense?
Yeah. I'm trying to be nice on McDaniel because I was so like against McDaniel, and now I'm trying to be nice. But Anthony Weaver's been absolutely dog shit.
You know what? Let's start with Anthony Weaver then. Since you said Anthony Weaver, let's start with Anthony Weaver. Man, everyone in this fan base, right, was saying we want him to be the interim head coach and take over for Mike McDaniel. Huh? You even said that?
Said that.
Right. So, listen, I wish Louis was open for this. Bro, I'm disappointed in you. The job you've been doing, nah. I think you have been. Mike McDaniel did do slightly better than you. Now, Mike McDaniel let me tell you. You know what? I'll say this: when it comes to dealing with the players, I'll give Anthony Weaver the edge on that easily, hands down, because he did. Eventually, we caught him, and Louis pointed out when we was live streaming that he did catch him on the headset, yelling and holding people accountable when we want to see some passion, right? But that defense, bro, is the biggest disappointment. The biggest disappointment. I mean, it was at one point that we had in 2 games, 2 stops. 2 stops in 2 games. How are we supposed to explain that? How are you supposed to be the next up-and-coming coach and your unit have been performing like that? Oh, no, we can't let him slide off on that. We can't excuse him for that. Because, bro, we invested. I'm telling you, they've been invested. Just take a second and look back at all the people they invested for Anthony Weaver. Think about it. Man, he had his handprint all over the drafts. Right? What are we doing here? Just last year alone, what it was, 3 D tackles? Last year alone, 3 D tackles. A safety, Dante Trader Jr. 4. What we end up taking only 6 players, and 4 out of 6 was defensive. You just got add in Ollie Gordon and Quinn Ewers. So they've been helping. Bro, you had a large input on the draft capital coming in. They brought in Calais Campbell for you last season too, as well. Tyrell Dawson mid-season acquisition, right? Did Will Fuller come last year? Yeah, Will Fuller came your first season here too. So they've been investing in people for you, my brother. So you don't get a pass. I think you got to get the most criticism when it comes to coaching. I'm sorry. To me, Anthony Weaver, that's unacceptable. The way your unit has been performing. You got to get them to go out there and execute. And one thing I cannot give you an excuse for, why? And I don't care what the reason. I don't want to hear about green dot. I don't want to hear about the reasoning for it. Because there is no excuse. Why isn't Willie Gay getting more playing time? Please. The dude that's been showing the most all training camp, all season, and got in, made 2 immediate plays, and you still don't up his playing time. He needs more snaps. I hear you. At the end of the day, he is the coach. Yeah, that's a fact, True fan. He needs more playing time. I'm sorry. I can't let you get away with that. Willie Gay? These are coach's decisions. Willie Gay can't put himself on the field. He can't. So, please, they brought in Ashton Davis. I'm thinking about people that they brought in for you. They brought in Ashton Davis for you. So, I think I'm on the lines with with Jess, I think Anthony Weaver, you, my brother, you have been the worst out of the two coaches. Now, with that being said, got to go to work. I'll watch the rest later. Shout out to you, Mike Best. Appreciate you, my boy. With that being said, Mike McDaniel. Mike. I mean, you know what? Let me give him credit first. That team did not look like a team that quit on him. That team did not. Thursday, that did not look like a team that quit on Mike McDaniel. I'll give that credit to him. It did not. Oh, right. Look who decided. Hey, I was talking about in the crunch time when we need him the most. All y'all was talking about my dog. And I said, I don't care what happened at the beginning and in between. As long as you show up in the crunch time. That's all I'm saying. And my boy pulled up. Y'all hear me? But
hey, Jess, Tone, what's good?
Dude, what's good, my brother?
Hey, man, life be life, man. I'm tired in the bitch, but what's good, man?
Yeah, I mean everything good, man. I'm just going through who I think who to blame. I started with the players. Now I'm on the coaching part of it.
Okay, yeah.
I did Anthony Weaver. Let me go to Mike. Mike McDaniel. Yeah, Mike. I would say this. That team did not look like a team that quit on him. I will say this though. Tua keep on playing like this, they gonna quit on Tua, and then that's gonna lead to them quitting on Mike McDaniel. Because Mike McDaniel, you're the reason that Tua is getting away with what he's doing. You are the reason, Mike McDaniel. Tua should not have this much leeway. He should be held more accountable. And you not hold him accountable. Listen, when they quit on him, it's going to lead to them quitting on you too. It's just going to go hand in hand. So, but X's and O's, Mike McDaniel, we break down the field every Wednesday, and we always find people open. We always find that this offense have not been figured out, contrary to most people believe, to say, all he's saying, oh yeah, they figured out Mike McDaniel. No, it hasn't. That man been putting out some plays. Lou sent me a video that, what it was, Tom Pelissero? Lou?
Absolutely. That was Tom Pelissero, yep.
And he was saying how we're overlooking how much Mike McDaniels had to jump through hoops and hurdles to call an offense that Tua is able to run because of his limitations. Do y'all think about that? No one look at it from that standpoint. Tua's limitation is kind of limited and handcuffing Mike McDaniels a little bit. Now, do I give him a pass for it? No, because you chose that. you hit your wagon to it. But that alone shows me that, bro, you have the X's and O's. Unfortunately for you, my brother, coaching don't stop with X's and O's. Player decisions, personnel decision as well, right? Holding people accountable, execution, knowing who to start, who not, knowing when a player does not or cannot run this system the way you need it to get it to the next level and be successful consistently, not only in the lesser opponents, but against them playoff teams. See, because that's when your coaching comes in against them playoff teams, because you got to coach that thing up. You got to call them plays. Pause is necessary. You got to call those plays, and you got to understand that, man, those people over there, that coach, that defensive coordinator, he's just as talented as I am. So now I have to have a player in position that when that play call don't work to perfection, he can improvise. And you had to realize that quarterbacks that can improvise is becoming the norm now. You cannot no longer just rely on a quarterback that could stand in the pocket and just deliver the football, because now you relying on everything being perfect on every play. Because not only is he not that mobile, but he has limitation in his arm. He's losing his velocity. And now the mental part, which we thought he had all down pat, is starting to show up that he's lacking in that as well. So it don't look too good, at least for the first 3 games. So you have to understand, Mike McDaniel, that falls on you. That really falls on you. To be, I guess, to be honest, Tony, I think the team has already quit on Tua. They're doing their job, but feels like to me they quit on Tua. Did you hear Joe Rose? Ouch. Hey man, I think I said this. I think when he go out there and throw them interceptions in the 2 back-to-back games, when that team did almost everything they can to get us back in the game and give us an opportunity to win, it's just natural. It's like human instinct, natural instincts to be like, this mother again, bro. Hit. I'm so sick of this, man. Another year of this man folding. I'm getting tired of this, bro. And it can demoralize you. It can. You could lose all your, now I ain't gonna say confidence, but you could lose your motivation to want to go out there and give 1,000% every time, because you know this man gonna let you down. I keep saying the past 2 games, I said when we need you the most, Tua don't fold. And when we need him the most, he folded the past 2 games. Man, any person playing on that team gonna look at that man and be like, man, come on, bro. And then you see why people say, man, I'm wasting my talent here. I'm wasting my career here. That's why you get comments like that coming out of the front, well, out of the building. Because look what they got to deal with. And then it don't help when you being snobbish now in the media. And then you had the audacity to say, bro, you don't come out. First of all, first mistake, call Tyreek out, talk about he had to work on gaining trust from the players and not holding yourself accountable and gaining trust in the players with your play on the field. Here's at least it's off field for the most part. It's off field issues. Yours is play on the field. And to come out to have the first 3 games that you had, it's inexcusable. But then on top of that, you still out here talking about you want to see people go in the film room? Still not holding yourself 100% accountable? Mike McDaniel, that falls on you, my brother. So I say that's my Mike McDaniel. That part is where you lacking the most. Holding players accountable, making sure you get the right people in your system to run your system. And, bro, you have to make the tough decisions. That comes with the territory. You got to be able to make the hard choices. That's what a head coach do. Nah, bro. I can't do it. You're not doing good. I mean, you bench Keon Smith. There's some other players that you need to be holding accountable. But Lou, my brother. You there, Lou?
Yeah. I'm here.
Man, I mean, I'm still on the blame portion of it. I don't know if you saw the poll in the chat. I mean, if you want to give your take on who you think is the most blame, I gave reasons why for the offense, the defense, and then I just did coaching right now. Yeah. So I don't know if you want to go like that or just give a full.
Well, no. Again, mine's gonna be quick. I've been telling y'all, it should be 100% on the players. Yeah, I seen the poll in the chat, and again, I'm not saying the coaches don't hold no blame, but Tone, Jess, we'll be breaking down the film on Wednesday, and we're doing the defensive side of the ball, where I started watching a little bit today. And again, when I hear about the coaching perspective, because nothing is perfect, but there's 2 plays that I'm going to highlight on Wednesday with our big bad wolf, Jalen Phillips, coming across the edge. Had Josh Allen's dead to right on one. Dead to right for a sack in the backfield. Right? And Josh Allen right through his hands. James Cook, another one. Had him in the backfield, right? James Cook bounces right off. I'm blaming Anthony Weaver for that?
No.
How many times have we seen defensive players being in position, miss a tackle, now it's a first down? We blaming Anthony Weaver for that?
No.
Same thing I tell you on the offensive side of the ball goes for defense too. I'm sorry, bro. Like, again, I will never change my stance. It's the people in between the white lines. It's 100% on the players.
Yeah. So
I didn't leave again. Tone, Jess, we called Thursday night game. I didn't feel like one coach lost us that game on Thursday night. I didn't feel like that. Like, did y'all watching the game? Now, we can blame Anthony Weaver and people, again, we all talk to the same people. Well, the defense ain't it. Cool, but when the defense needed to get a stop, guess what they got?
3
stops.
back-to-back.
Right? When we needed that offensive drive at the end of the first half to send it into a tie game at halftime, guess what the offense did? They executed. They went right down the field, tied the game. But when we needed them the most, guess what happened? The quarterback threw an interception. Brunskill got ran over. Was that Chris Greer that got ran over? was that Mike McDaniel that threw the interception?
No, sir.
I'm sorry, bro. It's always on the players for me. I know I'm running in here late. I didn't really get a chance to listen to what you were saying earlier, Tone and Jeff. But nah, bro, for me, it's on the players. Now, is Mike McDaniel perfect? No. Chris Greer has missed picks? Yes. Anthony Weaver needs to be better? Of course. But nah, bro, 85-90% of what we're seeing and the reason why we're 0-3, I'm sorry, it's on these players. 100%. So that's just my take on it.
So I got a question. Who you think been worse as a head coach? As the coach in that unit, Mike McDaniels or Anthony Weaver?
I would say up to this point, because again, Tone, when we talked about it, we thought that this defense was going to be a lot better, especially the front seven. I would say Anthony Weaver for me. Yeah, I would say up to this point, it's been Anthony Weaver.
Jess started it off and she said Anthony Weaver, so we all on the same page with that one. But so Lou, now I get that. So you put 85%. I'm glad you gave your percentage. I would say this, and Lou, you're going to disagree with me wholeheartedly. Execution, I'll say 85 to 90%. These players are not doing what they're supposed to do. They're not. So if I had to break a percentage of why we're looking like this, 85% of the players. Who I'm giving the blame to? Coaches and front office. Why am I giving the blame to them? Because you can't control how these players execute. You can't. You cannot control how these players execute, but you do control who's in this building. And I'm sorry. And this is from the 02 start. See, Sean say, but Tony, who said the players are even that good? Sean, now you see. Let me finish it. I got it. If Kenneth Grant don't turn out to be a dominant D tackle, and I don't even talk about sacks wise. I'm just talking about putting on that film. He's dominant, creating an impact. If Jordan Phillips don't become a rotational player, if Zeke Biggers don't give you some production, if we already fell off with Kendall Fuller, if these players, Ollie Gordon, I can't say nothing about running backs, but if Tua don't all of a sudden start being the Tua that I guess they think they are, and if this offensive line, Jonas Savaianai, don't turn it around and be that dude, if Austin Jackson don't stay healthy, if James Daniel don't get back on the field, if Brunskill don't, if all these players don't start doing their job, bro, y'all brought these people in. Now, I'm going to ask you, Lou, because I always agree with you, and I'm never going to take out the execution. This is all on the players. But how long are we going to give these people pass for keep on bringing in these players that's not executing?
the same amount of time that we give to every other team and franchise and organization. Because this is the point I'm trying to make, Tone. You sent me something earlier, tagged me in a tweet with some eye emojis of Emmanuel Acho breaking down a play from last night's game between the Chargers and the Broncos.
Yeah.
Right? Now, everybody told me they got a great head coach over there, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. We all think that he brought in the right front office people and they're all working together. They're all on the same page. Well, guess what, Tone? That play that you sent me, right? Guess what happened on that play?
Justin Herbert he ran through a D tackle and I'm talking about going to his left and threw a dime to a receiver that wasn't even open in the back of the end zone. He made an amazing play.
Now that D tackle that you said he escaped from, he went through the guard that was trying to protect Justin Herbert, correct?
Him. Yes, he destroyed that guard. Yes.
The exact same play that we seen Tua throw an interception in, correct?
Yep.
Now, I just want to know, was that great head coach still on the sideline when that play happened?
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. This is the point I'm trying to illustrate, Tom, right? Eventually, players are going to get beat, right? Eventually, there's going to be a bad play call here, there. Something's going to happen. But guess what players do, right? They make their coaches look good.
Yes.
They bail people out sometimes. And unfortunately for Mike McDaniel, and you say it all the time, Tom, again, he vouched for the guy. So whatever happens to Mike McDaniel, I can't feel bad for him because you vouched for it, right? But what I'm saying is nobody will highlight that play that you sent me. No one will talk about, well, the front office over there. They put a player on the field that got demolished. Now, you think, Tone, over that 60 course of the 60-minute game, do you think that was the only play that guard gave up?
No, probably not. But you know.
Right. But again, their team won, so no one's talking about those plays. You see what I'm saying? No one's going to talk about that coach because at the end of the day, you said it. Justin Herbert made a play again, bro. The guy wasn't even free in the back of the end zone. You didn't even see him on the play when the ball got. He was that covered.
That's how covered he was. You couldn't.
But he gave that player a chance. He made a play. So you know what goes excused from all that, Tone?
What?
The coaching and the bad offensive line and all that shit that we talk about on a day-to-day basis, and we try to make excuses for it. No, bro. Players got to make plays. Tone, Nene says something about it all the time from a famous Miami Hurricane player. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments, correct?
Yes, sir. In big-time games, yes, sir.
I didn't hear nothing about no coaching in that phrase.
Right, yes. No.
I didn't hear nothing about no who put the team together. Like Sean was talking about earlier, well, maybe these players ain't good. Again, I know it's going back, but a lot of these players that is on this team now were the part 2 years ago that were playing for the overall number 1 seed. It was the same receivers.
Mm-hmm.
It was the same running back. It was the same quarterback, same head coach.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden they're not good enough. But 2 years ago, they were with 2 games left, they were playing for the number 1 overall seed in the AFC.
So it's funny you said that, Luke, because now that just walked right into my take that I said about that before you got in. I pointed that out, but you know what? Also, I said I have to start acknowledging now that those same players that we talking about that was in that position are the same one that fold every time they get in the opportunity to do that. They're the same one. You got the talent to do it, but they fold every time. So when do we stop saying they had the talent to get there and start acknowledging the fact that talent hasn't got them over the hump yet?
Well, but now again, that goes to the point of why Mike McDaniel's probably going to be gone after this season. Y'all probably going to get what y'all want. That Chris Greer's probably going to be gone, and again, they're going to get blamed for it. But again, man, like I just don't agree.
But what I'm saying is, because listen, at the end of the day, coaches, just like coaches and GMs, they can't go on the field. Bro, them players don't just bring themselves in here. And them players are not going to say, Hey man, listen, I've been trying this for 3 years and I couldn't get over the hump. That's when the coaching and that's when the decision making start coming in. That's when you say, God dang, Alex Smith, you got us to NFC Championship, but I got to get rid of you because I want to win Super Bowls. That's when you got to make those decisions. That's when you got to say,
and I agree.
Goddamn, Tyreek, we won a Super Bowl with you, but I trust in Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to invest in Isaiah Pacheco, get him a couple of offensive linemen, and you know what? We're going to run this thing back with Kelsey, and we drafted dog, what's the other cornerback over there, number 22? Like whatever his name.
Trent McDuffie.
Trent, we drafted him, so we think we can win with those guys. And then you got the linebacker that we wanted, right? Nick Bolton, and like, bro, like we gonna win without, because we got players that's gonna prove us right. So at this point, I'm like, bro, I know they can't do nothing about the players on the field as far as execution wise. But God dog, stop bringing some players in that's going to prove you right. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to say.
But this is what I'm saying, right? Again, let's go down the list, right? Tyreek Hill was one of those guys that we thought was going to come in here and get us right. Now it just failed. I get it. But when we brought in Jalen Ramsey, was he not supposed to come in here and get us right?
Yes, he was.
And then, so what happened?
He didn't execute. He didn't.
So again, so right there is what I'm trying to say, Tone. I'm not saying you. I'm again in the debate, the conversation.
Right. No.
If we bring in Jalen Ramsey and he's supposed to come in here and be everything we thought he was, this dog, this leader, this playmaker, this everything we thought, and he doesn't do it, I'm blaming the general manager for bringing in a player at that caliber. I'm blaming Chris Greer for how trash Jalen Ramsey was when he got into a Dolphin uniform.
Now you gotta blame Chris Greer for not getting right. Because hey, if we gonna be 100, we started seeing a little bit of that downfall in the Rams. And you got to start thinking about why were they willing to give him up so easy?
No. Again, Tone, look at it right here. See, this is the problem with our damn fan base. And I fuck with Sean. Even if Ramsey didn't play well at the time, he did play hard every time. Okay, cool. You know who also plays hard all the time? Jalen Phillips. But it's not good enough.
Tua play hard every time.
But this you see how it comes off. That's an excuse by Sean. Oh, he didn't play well, but it's okay because at least he played hard. What are you talking? Well, again, let me hold that same energy. You right, Sean. Well, Chris Greer made that pick, but again, it didn't work out. But don't worry, he's gonna get the next pick right. What kind of dumbass shit is that? It don't make sense. No, Tone. The problem is people want to pick and choose, and since they don't like the front office, and they don't like certain people in the front office, and they don't like the coach, again, you get comments like that and it's making an excuse. No, it's okay to say Jalen Ramsey was brought in here to do something as a big-time player, as a almost future Hall of Famer playing type player, and he was dog shit when he got here.
Listen, all I'm saying is, Lou, that's why I asked you, at what point do we look at them and say, bro, when are y'all going to start bringing in players that's going to eventually get over the hump and not always fail? I could see if they got over sometimes and be like, well, they're getting better, but not at this moment and at this juncture, right?
But this is what I'm saying, Tone. Again, and that's fine. Because it didn't work out. But when I hear you say, when are you going to start bringing in guys that are not going to fold? Well, those are the guys like Jalen Ramsey.
No,
those are the Calais Campbells. Those are the Tyreek Hills. Those are the guys that's not supposed to be folding, and they folded too.
This is where your decision maker come in. Like, see, Ramsey that you said, someone gave him up. You traded for him. You gave access, so they was willing to move off him.
Let me ask you something, Tone. Let me ask you something. If you were the general manager in Miami and the phone rings in your office and the Rams call you and say, "Hey man, listen, if you give us a 3rd and Hunter Long, we'll send you Jalen Ramsey." Are you taking that? Are you pulling that trigger?
I would have me at that moment. I would have put that trigger. Yeah.
Again, so when it doesn't work out, am I going to turn around and say, "Well, Tony is an idiot because he went and got a future Hall of Famer"?
No, you don't have to call me an idiot, but I would be the type to say, be like, listen, man, that's on me. I thought he was someone he wasn't. I can't. I'm not gonna make excuses for myself. That's on me. I have to evaluate better. I had to look at why they was only willing to give up that. That's all. That's all I had to give you for him. I had to look at that and say, man, it might be something to that. Right? I have to look at it and say, man, listen, Kansas City was willing to move off on him. Why? And if I don't have, so you have to, even when you make those picks and say, okay, cool, just make picks, everything else, you have to get something right. You get what I'm saying? Something right to where, okay, I don't, Tyreek, he tends to drop passes in clutch moments and in big games. I need a quarterback that can overcome that. You see, I don't want to just stop. Like when I say with coaches and when I play, it don't just, okay, he got a good talent. The evaluation continues. Okay, he got this talent. He does this. Now I need a quarterback that can extend. And if Tyreek drops a pass, he can overcome that. You know what I'm saying? I need a defense that, when that secondary is trash, that D-line, they can overcome that. Like that's what I'm saying. At some point, everything has to start coming together and say, cool. Because I'm going to always say the reason that we're in this spot is because of the players. But after a certain amount of time, I'm gonna say, man, I gotta stop blaming y'all because y'all keep bringing these players in. So I can see if I say that the first 2, 3, 4, 5, bro, we 6 years. Let's just stick to the tour regime. We're 6 years in. At some point, it got to start looking better before we not say I can't blame you.
And that's what I'm saying. We're blaming them. See, this is the problem. How long have we been blaming Chris Greer?
Me? The last year and a half.
Well, but again, it's a broader conversation. I'm not just talking about me, you, and Jeff. I'm talking about
some of the fans. They've been blaming them forever. Like you got the
right,
and the what the dude name, the other dude that you can't stand him
right.
in the world. They've been blaming Chris Greer. Oh, Sean said he ain't gonna never give Chris Greer credit. So yeah, they've been blaming him forever. But this is just my objective opinion.
And how long? Again, we started blaming Mike McDaniel, right, for the flaws of this football team, Tone. The man hadn't even completed his full 3 years as a coach. And they were already blaming this people. This is what I'm saying. Like, again, these people live in this microwave society or world that they live in, that it has to be absolutely right now. Shit happens. It doesn't work out. Tone, I brought it up today in the Twitter space. Oh, Houston is the new up-and-coming team. They are on their way. Look at their rebuild and shit. They're 0-3. Are we going to start calling for D'Amico Ryan's job now?
Well, it depends on how long it lasts like that.
Well, again, all I know, they're in the same situation right now that we're in. We're 0-3, they're 0-3.
Mm-hmm.
What are we talking about? Dang, this is 3 years? We're talking about it has to get better. But I don't care about.
But how long did D'Amico Ryan? I mean, they just put
how long what? How long what? He's going. This is his 3rd year of coaching. This is the same time we were killing Mike McDaniel.
Hey, listen. At the end of the day, we have 6 years of tour. Did he have 2 years of CJ Stroud?
Well, again, and he's had.
Season. And the first 2 was pretty.
His second season was trash.
No, they were pretty good. They still went to the playoffs. He still got a playoff victory. We're not gonna say it was trash. He was just a tad bit off of the first year. He wasn't too big of a drop off, but they still listen. I don't care about stats. They still got a division title and a playoff win. You earn something where we're like, okay, listen. They put together, you know what I'm saying? You can't say that they failed for the first 2 seasons. They had 2 successful seasons as far as where they came from, right? And then they got to continue to make it like I'm not I'm not asking Chris Greer to give us Super Bowls, right? But when you put a product on the field that at least could give you, I got an opportunity and the division title was on the line. Can you win that?
Absolutely.
For me to say, well, he put a team that got it now. Only one team win the Super Bowl, but I'm talking because I'm like they fold every single time.
And I'm with you, and they need to be held accountable. Again, I don't listen. Fire Chris Greer, fire McDaniel. Right? Cool. We already established that. That's fine. But again, we give too much credit to others. Because what you just said was, and again, this ain't a Houston Texan podcast. Is the last thing I'll say. But we look over there and we're like, well, they won a division title. All right, cool. When the Dolphins won 11 games, right, that year, if Miami is in that division, they win a division title. With that said, the Houston Texan division.
Well, but they're not in the Houston Texans division.
No. The only reason I'm bringing that up.
It's going to be a bad take. Go ahead.
But how's it a bad take?
Go ahead, finish.
You're saying, right? Well, we give Houston credit. They won their division. Mm-hmm. Right. In a horrible division that has nobody, right, like Buffalo in it. Mm-hmm. Right? Now, as great as DeMeco Ryans is, and as great as that general manager is, and as great as that quarterback is, and C.J. Stroud, if the Dolphins were in that division, they win it. With that same, with Chris Greer and Mike McDaniel as the head coach.
Not necessarily. You just
what you mean?
You're just going off because first of all, they would have had to play a different schedule, which is a first place schedule, and we didn't play a first place schedule. We played a second place schedule, and let's not forget, in that time when they won them 2 divisions, they beat Buffalo in that time. They beat the same team. If we would have just beat Buffalo one of them years, we would have probably had a division title too. So I'm just saying, you can't necessarily just say, yeah, they was. They beat Buffalo one of them times to get the division title. So
I agree.
I got to keep the same energy.
Absolutely. Now, Tone, what division do you think is tougher, the AFC East or the South?
I would say all around now, I would say the South now. But later, because over
the last 3 years, what do you think? What division do you think is tougher?
I would say it's different because I'll give the edge to the South. I'm gonna tell you why. Because Jacksonville made the playoffs, and Houston made the playoffs in the past 3 years. Only Buffalo and us made the playoffs in the past 2 years. And the kicker is we do terrible against that division. We just do. So I got to get them the edge. So I'm just saying, it's not as easy because you still got to beat the teams in your division, and we struggle with those teams. And it's proven again this season too as well. We already lost to Indianapolis, right? This year, last year, we lost to the Colts, Houston, and Tennessee. The only team we beat was Jacksonville, barely. So yeah, I have to give them the edge so far because they've been beating us. So I can't 100% say that I have 100% confidence we'll go over there and win that division because we don't seem to be able to beat the teams in that division. I don't know. So if we in the situation, it might be the same situation as that we are in when it comes to, you got to beat the teams head to head, and y'all end up with the same or similar record, and they edge you out with the tiebreaker. So that's just my opinion on that.
Yeah, again, we again, bro, we'll just disagree. Houston ain't coming to the East and winning no division. All I'm saying, I know Miami is not winning no division here. Don't try to feed, and I'm not saying you, I'm just saying in general. The Houston Texans are not coming over here and winning this division.
They beat Buffalo.
Okay, they beat them one time. Cool, we beat Buffalo one time. What are we saying?
Yeah, but they beat Buffalo.
They also lost to Baltimore. We beat them. Now what?
Well, we lost to Baltimore too, though.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Cool. So they'll win and loss. If you think
what I'm saying,
that they're coming over here,
I'm saying that they needed that win to beat Buffalo, right? And to help them win that division, and they got it done. Regardless of how they got it done, right. I'm just saying they beat their division, and we couldn't beat their division.
You right.
I gotta keep it 100.
Yeah, I know. Again, so again, to keep it 100, Houston's coming down here and winning this division. That's you keeping it 100.
A possibility they can, yeah.
Okay, well, again, it's possible.
I'm not saying I'm not gonna say it's open and close that they wanted. They will. I'm just looking how.
I'll tell you. No, I'll tell you right now, they ain't coming over here and winning.
I mean, the team that we played and the team that they played. Let's just say that one year they beat 3 out of the 4 teams that we haven't beaten. Well, 4 out of the 5 teams. I'm sorry that we haven't beaten. So I just can't say. I just can't say that. They're doing better with the same the competition. They're beating those teams and we're losing to them.
All right, cool.
I have to give them the edge.
I'm gonna do a deep dive and we'll revisit this conversation because all I've heard over the last 3 years, all I've heard is Miami beats up on bottom feeders and trash, and they lose to all the good teams. I'm gonna go back to the Houston Texans over the last 2 years, and I'm gonna see how many teams that over 500 they got.
Well, I mean, they most teams beat up the trash because Houston didn't beat too many good teams that year either.
But they still won the division, all right.
But they beat that Buffalo team when they needed them to.
Again, that's fine. But they
can't take that away from them.
So what I'm trying to get to, they won the division, right? And they beat bottom feeders, and they didn't really beat nobody good. Okay, I mean I got it. I got it. Cool.
They did beat somebody good. They beat playoff teams. Something that we did what once. I'm just saying they beat playoff teams. Remember that year.
Look at them in the chat. Adam 13. Don't compare us to the Houston Texans. Why? We're both 0-3. Why wouldn't I compare us to the Houston Texans? They're 0-3. We're 0-3. Our quarterback's trash. Their quarterback has played like trash.
This year, not the prior 2 years.
I don't give a damn. Again, cool. What I'm talking about. So I can't compare. Can I compare them this year? Ask Adam if it's okay for me to compare them this year.
You can compare them this year, but my whole thing. Remember this started because I started to give the majority of the blame to the front office and the coaches for keeping these players that haven't got it done. I just said, let's keep it to the tour regime, which is a 6-year sample size. And if you take 2 a 6-year sample size and only a 3-year sample size, they still have accomplished more. So that front office
absolutely
don't deserve for me to start looking at them sideways.
1,000%.
That's the only argument was.
Okay, cool. Hold whoever you want. I'm not, again, Tone, not you in general. Hold whoever you want to blame. At this point, this shit ain't working. So I'm with getting everybody out this damn building. What I will say, and I've been saying it, the grass ain't always greener on the other side. Because what I will tell you is when the same conversations were happening on this same YouTube platform where I've been hanging around for years, this is the same bullshit that I heard about Brian Flores. Get him up out of here. We can't win on it. This regime sucks. This, that, and the third. Well, is the grass greener? Is it better?
Technically, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we got 2 playoff opinions. Brian Flores got 0.
So
I said technically, if you want to say,
you know what? Hey, no. Y'all got it. Y'all, hey, like I said, I tell you all the time, y'all got it. Y'all got it.
Now, they would have listened to him and not one with Tua, then yeah, but no, the way it's going, like Tua is Tua is the reason that we folding, bro. And bro, I'm sorry, but the coaching and the front office are the reason he's still here. So this is why I'm starting to look at him. Now just imagine, see now, Lou, I'm glad you brought up Brian Flores. Imagine if that front office would have took Tua aside. Now I'm not saying we got to put this on front office and coaching. Because I think this team look a little bit different. So I'm not going to absolve them of those mistakes that they made. Mike McDaniel, Brian Flores, Chris Greer, y'all chose Tua over Brian Flores. Look what Tua has gave y'all. I'm not putting that on Tua because he's going to take the job. Tua execution, you're trash. You are the reason we're losing games. But why y'all kept him over the dude that told you he wasn't that good? And then, why did y'all double down when you had the opportunity to be like, hey, he was right? This is the only reason I'm like, nah, after this, now I got to start saying, y'all keeping these people here. I've seen it. You've seen it, Lou. Change that out. Change a couple things here. And you just, it's a game of inches. What you just, like you said, Washington Commanders had to go get that Jaden Daniels to change their franchise. You have to make decisions like that for me. Like, they went to put a dude in place and we see the improvement. Now let's put it all together. And let me say, I feel that front office and those coaches know what they're doing to where we can trust their decision-making. Bro, I can't trust their decision-making right now. It's easy to say Ramsey all-pro, let me go get him. It's easy to say Tyreek is an all-pro, let me go get him. It's not difficult to do that. But drafting a Liam Eichenberg.
I agree. Let's stop right there. I agree with that 100%, right? I'm telling you now, Tone, I agree with you, right? Mm-hmm. So was it easy for the Eagles general manager just to go get an all-pro and Saquon Barkley?
Yeah.
Was it easy for him to go get an all-pro and A.J. Brown?
Yes.
Now, what people see, Tone, they're not like you. What they'll tell you is the greatest general manager ever known. Well, again, there's a reason. Hold on. There's a reason, right? No, you're talking about draft. Let me get to the draft, and this is why I'm bringing it up. There's a reason that the Eagles had to trade for A.J. Brown, correct?
Yes.
Because that same general manager chose Jalen fucking Reagor.
Yes, and then he went out and got A.J. Brown. And he went out and got Devonta Smith. And he went out and brought in Saquon Barkley. And he went out and got that offensive line together. He went out and got Cooper.
You got it, Tom. You got it.
Mitchell. He went and did that.
You got it. You got it.
The mistakes he did like I said. When you see, I need to bring in a.
You got it, Tone. You got it. You got it, dog. You got it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. You got it.
Be perfect. You don't got to be perfect, but you got to be able to. Okay, I fucked up there. Let me fix that with this. I messed up here. Let me fix that with this. That's to say what I'm saying differently.
Right. And them players that he went and got after he fucked up, they went and they executed on the field, correct?
Yes.
So when Chris Greer went and got David Long and he fucked up, he brought in Jordan Brooks. Is he still fucking up?
Yes, this year, yes.
Again, so are we putting that on motherfucking Chris Greer is the point.
Yes, I've just told you the difference. You see the difference between what happened when Howie Roseman go get his players, they perform. When Chris Greer go get his players,
So if they didn't perform in Philly, right? Now again, they're good players. If they don't perform, that's on Howie Roseman.
After a while, if it continue to happen like that.
Okay.
Look what Howie Roseman is there. When his players don't perform, Carson Wentz. He drafted him, what he was first overall, wasn't he that year? Or however high he went. Hey, he ain't stopped that for getting Jalen Hurts. He put a team around that could overcome Carson Wentz downfall. So what I'm saying is, I get it. No, you can't control what they do on the field, but you control when you start switching them out and bringing them in. And that's what I'm saying. He showed that he could make the right decision to put the right players on the field. And it's a constant over there. And he got Super Bowls out of that. So all I'm saying is, after a while, after seeing all this, the whole tour regime, after you have an opportunity to move and correct your mistakes, when do we start saying, man, it took you too long to move off of Cam Smith. Took you too long.
Again, I don't know what the debate here is no more. Get them up out the building.
The debate is, I'm giving you the reason why I'm starting to put most of the blame on the front office and the GM because we already know the players ain't execute. The players, this ain't gonna get done unless those players execute. So after you had an opportunity to watch those players fail to execute, especially in the big moments,
right?
This is when you start making these decisions to say,
you
gotta go.
you wanted to do that. What I'm telling you is, Tone, there's people in the chat that every time the Dolphins even make a move, they're ready to fire Chris Greer without even knowing if it worked out or not. So again, I'm trying to fight a bigger fight. I don't care, Tone. Again, not towards you or Jets or not. Bro, get rid of everybody. You think something's changing?
Now that front.
Do you think something's changing?
Now that the front office don't get it right first. No, I don't think so.
Again, fuck the front office. I don't care about the front office. Bring whoever it is. Bro, Howie Roseman can be the general manager here. That ain't working out.
No, that's not true because he probably not making these same decisions.
He is having to make the damn decisions because again,
he's not picking. He's not re-signing to it after he's been injured 4 out of 5.
Not
years.
if that motherfucking collective tells him he's playing to her.
And he probably won't be in the building for that.
Well, thank you. Because, again, I've seen a lot of people in here talking about Chris Greer, Mike McDaniel. We're talking about the player education. The person that holds the blame because he signs the checks and he tells everybody in that building how to fucking move is the Stephen Ross. And guess what? Me, you, Sean, everybody else in this goddamn chat cannot do. We cannot remove the fucking problem.
No,
so again, if you think someone's ever coming in here and changing that, you're wrong.
Well, Lou, this is why I disagree with you because if Howie Roseman is in the building, he don't make the same coaching decision. He don't make the same he have different people in the building, so you don't go through what you're going through.
Not if Stephen Ross again.
That is Stephen Ross.
If Howie Roseman comes in here, right, and Stephen Ross tells him you have to answer to Tom Garfinkel, what's the difference?
The difference is Howie Roseman.
I guarantee you, Philadelphia ain't telling Howie Roseman he has to go answer to whoever their Tom Garfinkel is.
But listen, he earned his respect, right? And at the end of the day, his decision making, because I'm quite sure, right? We never heard Tom Garfinkel or anyone else telling Stephen Greer Chris Greer who to draft and who to bring in his building. They spending that money to cut the check. Right? So at the end of the day, his decision making would have been on point. And you don't got to worry about too much of this. So we can't absolve them from the decision making. Chris Greer came out here and said he deferred more than he wanted to. Chris Greer said he could have put his foot down. So all I'm saying is maybe Howie Roseman would have been like, hey, bro, I hear what you're saying, but go sit down. Let me do my job. What we need Chris Greer to do. He came out and admitted that. So I can't just say the collective when he came out and said, "Oh, I deferred more than I would prefer." So now I got to put that on you. So we don't know that. We can't 100% say that we don't know if how much he has to listen to them or how much he could put his foot down and say, "Bro, nah, I don't need that." I mean, like
Tone, when you seen that press conference, what did Stephen Ross say Chris Greer has to do?
Work with him and
his direct quote was he has to answer to Tom Garfinkel. Then he cleaned it up. Now, if your owner tells you have to answer to somebody else, what are you doing, Tone, in that situation? You telling them no?
No, I'm telling them let me do my job. So you can't tell me about that because I answer to people all the time and I tell them no.
Again,
I'm sorry, Lou. No, I can't. You give him.
So let me stop you right there. Let me stop you right there, because I'm glad. See, Jess, I know my brother. I know the answer my brother was going to tell me. I know he's telling the people he has to answer to no. Now, Tone, if your boss, the owners come up to you and say, well, Tone, listen, you told them no, but I'm telling you yes. Now what are you doing?
I'm telling them no. and I do it every day. Matter of fact, I
You
did it.
you telling
Yes,
so
I do. I
so
deal
you
with them
telling your
every day.
owner
I'll tell you want. I could call. Well, he ain't gonna pick it up. I could
so
call
you
my
telling your
owner.
owner.
Yes, I
So
got
if you're
text message to show you.
so
No,
so
we're not
again,
doing that
so what
because that's
happens?
not because you know why?
So what
Because I know what I'm
happens?
doing. I know what
What
I'm doing.
happens?
Go ahead.
What happens if your owner tells you, "Fuck all that, we doing what they said"? Now what?
It ain't gonna happen. They don't have because I'm here to do a job. I walk
Yeah,
out. Hey, no,
yeah.
hold on. Let
I,
me explain
hey,
something to you.
hey,
Hold on, Lou. I'm gonna
y'all
explain
got it.
something to you. Let me explain something to you. You could ask my owners. I've done this on two occasions. When I said no, and they had a problem with it, I walked out and left. That owner came and said, "Oh, pump the brakes, relax. Let me get there first. Listen, bro, you get me to do the job. I'm not doing that. If y'all find someone else to do that, I'm not doing that. Let me do my job, and then we could go forward from there. I've been doing a great job. It's easy for you to say that outside there when you fucking out of the country, and I got to deal with this. You know why this run like this? Because I'm in here making this turn, not you. So when we disagree, understand that I know what goes on in here more than you do. You just cut the checks, but I make this spin. So if I can't do my job, then I'm gone. I did that on 2 occasions. And guess what happened? On everything I love, my daughter, that man would look at his brother because he say, do not mess with him because he know what he's doing. You better have your P's and Q's because he's not playing that.
See, Tom.
So I can't give nobody a pass, but you as a man, you can say, nah, bro.
Absolutely, you can say that. Now, Tone, I just want to be again. So Sean says, I'm just assuming that Ross tells Greer he has to answer to them people. Tone, have you heard the same thing I said?
Yeah, it was on the video, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So I'm not assuming shit. The man literally sat there and said Tom Garfinkel runs Chris Greer. Now, what the hell am I supposed to do with that? See, it's easy, and we can come out and we can talk shit and we can complain, this, that, and the third. Chris Greer makes $5 million a year. I promise you, on everything I love, there's not one person in here listening to this damn show that would tell their owner, no, I'm not doing what you said, making $5 million a year. I can promise you that. So all that shit we saying and all the, again, I tell my owner this and yeah, it's cute. Put $5 million on the line and go tell your owner you ain't doing what he said.
If he made $5 million, then he should. That's even a big enough reason to say, no, I'm not doing that. I'm financially set, baby. Technically, I'm doing it because I love my job. I'm saying, give me $5 million, and I don't gotta work for.
So we walking away from $5 million. So we walking away from $5 million for pride.
I ain't walking away from $5 million because guess what you gotta do? You gotta fire me, and I still get paid. You get what I'm saying? And actually, if I do what I gotta do and it work out, I look you in your face and say, I told you, just let me do my job. You see when he had the opportunity to do those, right? Just imagine if he would have made Tua go on that play on that 5th-year option after he told Stephen Ross no, and Tua went out there and got a concussion in week 2. What Ross gonna do then? Respect that man. Maybe I know what I'm doing, and maybe that's why you got to listen to me.
So again, now Tone, I'm glad we brought this up. So did Stephen Ross listen? Now again, me and you know, right, that Chris Greer didn't want to pay him. We're on the same page, correct?
Yeah.
We also know stories came out that Brandon Shore didn't want to pay Tua, correct? We on the same page on that?
Yeah.
Now you got 2 parts of the collective that didn't want to pay Tua, and Tua still got paid. Now, if Chris Greer said, no, I don't want to pay him, if the capologist said, no, I don't want to pay him, and he still got paid, who the fuck is really running shit in Miami?
I know who not putting their foot down. That's Christopher Greer. Because it would have been no, and that would have been the end of it.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
It been no. You giving him a heart. You giving him up for no. He admitted it. I what do you say? Deferred more than what I would have liked him. Sorry, Chris Greer. Go in there, put your foot down. No, sir. Trust me. Let me do my job. We make him pay. He's still under contract. You think Ross would have been mad by not giving him extra money? Or say, bro, you already paying him $23 million. Why are we gonna give him another 123?
Well, I don't know. That's a question for him because he's the one paying him. He's the one paying him. I don't know. You got to ask that man that question. He went and did.
I'm asking you. Do you think Ross would have been mad? No, he would. If Chris
don't ask me. He paid him. Don't ask me.
Because Chris
he paid him. He made the decision to pay him.
Chris Greer said he deferred. So
he made who paid him?
They did, I guess.
No. You do know that money. At this point, when Tua Tagovailoa collects that $163 million guaranteed check, what's the name on the bottom of the check?
Stephen Ross.
Thank you. One man paid him. You know who paid him? Who paid? What do you mean?
No. I think one man allowed them to overstep his boundary. I mean, overstep their boundaries, and he didn't put his foot down. So hey,
again, we got past all that. I agree with all that. Who paid him?
The Dolphins.
All right, cool. Hey, yeah.
I'm not giving Christopher Greer no pass. You
don't have to, bro. Tone.
I get it, bro. You gotta.
You don't gotta give him a pass. Get him up out of here.
Hey, Lou, if they would have came out, because we know what would have happened, right? If they would have came out and said, Chris Greer, we not fire him because his ability to be a GM, but he don't work well with others, I'd be like, I get it. You went in there and put your foot down and they ain't like it. But as long as you're a go along, get along dude, I can't give you a pass for going along, get along just as well with the collective. You're part of them. You might have a difference of opinion, but you're still going along. Nah, put your foot down. This is my decision. This is my position.
And I understand that. I'm already past that. What I'm saying is, once we put our foot down, like they did, I don't want to pay Tua. Brandon Shore, I don't want to pay Tua. And Tua gets paid. What the fuck am I supposed to tell the owner that is paying the check?
He didn't put his foot down. You keep on saying he didn't put his foot down. He deferred. He gave his opinion. They had a difference of opinion. When they asked Mike McDaniel,
so you walking out of there, Tom?
Instead of putting foot down. No, I'm telling you.
So you no. Hold on. You put your foot down. You said no. The owner turns around and gives him a contract. What are you? So you walking out?
I would have told the owner, no, we're not doing that. We're not paying. We get the 5th-year option.
But if the owner, bro, listen to what you're saying. He's the owner, Tony.
Yeah, and I would have told the owner, no, let's pay him the 5th-year option. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But let's pay him on that 5th-year option. Right.
Again, you keep saying what you would say.
And
listen.
The owner would have listened. He
did not. How do you want to listen? The man ain't listening to nothing, Tony.
He deferred. He said it. He deferred.
Right.
Matter of fact, if you want to be 100%, didn't Chris Greer come out his own mouth and say, no, Stephen Ross, literally, he don't step into business decisions. He don't do that. He don't really tell me what to do. He also said that out of his mouth. He said he don't get involved in those kind of things. So that tells me you didn't put your foot down. Sorry, I'm not giving him no pass. I know.
Again, you ain't got to give him no pass. What I'm telling you, Sean, and all them other dumbasses in that damn chat are fucking wrong. I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. I don't know what the hell. Have y'all lost y'all's mind?
I know because you agree in there. I know.
Bro. Jess, this is what I'm saying. Listen to them. They don't listen. Chris Greer sucks. Get him up out of here. I'm saying, how in the hell are you going to tell an owner that you're not going to do what the owner wants? Have y'all lost y'all's mind?
Easy, like this. Listen, my brother, you hired me to do a job, allowed me to do my job, and this is my decision. That's it. It's just as simple. Ain't difficult. Just like that. The same way Mike McDaniel went up there adamantly for him to get paid, he should have went up there adamantly to say, nah, ain't gonna happen. Respect. We got. He's not leaving the building. We got him for fifth year. You don't have to extend him.
Okay. All right. I get it.
But you know what? He probably was like you, Lewis, said, you know what? I'm gonna put this in my black book instead of putting my foot down. You just wrote it down on the side. Yeah. I told them no. but they want to do this, so I'm just gonna hold this up against them. Nah, I ain't with all that.
Well, okay, cool.
My bad, Jeff. We almost. Hey, listen, it's 1:40, man. Listen, man. At this point, we already know. We already know where we go from here, basically. Lewis already told y'all where we go from here. We fire everyone. Just don't put too much blame on Chris Greer. So we know where we going from here.
No Chris Greer blame. No listening to the owner. Got it.
Facts.
Got it.
Talk about
Bookmark
Hey, but listen, man. We are just random.
Tell the owner. Tell the owner what he's going to do as well.
No, I'm telling the owner what I'm not going to do. That's different.
Right. And when that owner says, I run all of this, right? And all y'all sit down, right? Because I'm going to do what the hell I want. I just want to know, what are we doing from there?
I'm going to say, not while you got me in this position, you ain't.
Yeah, I know. Again,
he's still getting hard-headed.
Jess, you weren't here yet. You weren't part of the Blitz pickup on the first episode, right?
No.
And I'm gonna say something now, Jess, the tone that I told him on the very first episode.
Oh, here we go. I already know what he's saying.
You put it on for the fucking show right now. You put it. What the hell are you talking about, Tone?
Stop the cap.
Putting on for nothing. I'm speaking facts.
What is this man talking about, Jess? He gonna tell the owner not when I'm in the building. When that owner, you know what that owner's gonna tell you? You gonna hear two famous words: security, come get them. That's what you gonna hear. They gonna escort your motherfucking ass right out the building. That's what they gonna do.
Brian Flores took a stand. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and now that man is spending Decembers in bumfuck in Minnesota, and he'll never get a job again.
Doing well.
Yeah.
I don't think he regret it though. I'm just saying.
Man, please.
Hey man, listen, shout out to Lou pulling up, man. You know what I'm saying? It's always good when we on opposite side of the debate table. That's how y'all get the best shows. Y'all got anything before we get up out of here?
I don't know anymore.
Nah, I'm good.
Nah, we good. Jess, you good?
I'm good.
Hey Lou, man, you came in here. Lou, you came in here at the right time. So you know what I'm saying? You showed up in the crunch time, and my brother, they was on you. Well, they were trying to say you weren't doing your job, and we're gonna hold you accountable. But I told you, our people show up in the clutch. You feel me? We don't fold under that pressure. But with all that being said, this is still 31 of y'all in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. Toad was on Paul's watch. CJ Stroud is look at Game Boy 305. He couldn't wait. It's still 33 of y'all in the building now. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe, man. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us even through Monday Night Football. Lou, man, you know what to do, bro.
Hey man, I'm sorry I'm late. I'm sorry that I was late, but life be life. And Tone and Jess, appreciate y'all. Producer in the back also for holding the show down. For your boy Tone, for Jess, for the producer. You're talking to the man that's late. We'll see y'all Wednesday. We're breaking down the defense, right? And I guess the revolver tonight, Tone, Jazz, producer in the back, the revolver goes to all the people in this world that tell their owners they ain't shit and that they run the show.